Hannah Kaplan, and this is a WCS Wild Audio podcast, where you'll find reported audio stories covering the latest news and newsmakers from WCS's field sites, zoos, aquarium, and their conservation partners. We've got a great episode today, so let's get right to it. Technology is transforming the practice of conservation today. Whether it's drones recording video in previously inaccessible areas, artificial intelligence sorting through thousands of camera trap images, or microphones in the ocean recording whale sounds to determine which species are present. To find out how WCS is using technology to up its conservation game, Nat Moss checked in with WCS's Jonathan Palmer and Danielle LaBruna.
It's a new world with more data being created than ever before and more ways to process it. That poses challenges to the practice of wildlife conservation, but provides exciting new opportunities as well, especially in places that have traditionally been left behind when it comes to emerging new technologies.
So if you sort of cast your mind back 25 or 30 years ago, most conservation across Africa, Asia, and Latin America was done in remote locations where people had almost no access to technology. Connectivity has transformed that, and now people in those remote locations have access to the tools that help us manage, collect, and analyze data.
That's Jonathan Palmer, WCS Executive Director for Conservation Technology. He and his colleagues at WCS have been busy in recent years collaborating with conservation partners on a range of new technologies and scaling up their application. WCS Senior Geospatial Analyst Danielle LaBruna describes one such platform, a global camera trap initiative called Wildlife Insights. She's excited by advances in technology enabling artificial intelligence programs to sort through countless images to remove blank or unusable photos.
In the past, all of that had to be reviewed by a live human. So you could have thousands and thousands of images from a camera trap that was set up in the forest for days or weeks or months. And it was just very consumptive of time to go through all those images.
Wildlife Insights is just one of many global technology platforms WCS has collaborated on to improve the speed and efficiency of gathering and making use of data. From the coral monitoring platform Mermaid to the spatial monitoring and reporting tool, or SMART, which provides rangers in protected areas with actionable real-time information on the status of species at risk for poaching or illegal logging. Jonathan describes how the platform came together.
What happened 10 years ago was 8 of the world's leading conservation organizations came together and said, how do we pool our resources? How do we bring in big tech like Microsoft and Amazon? How do we work with academic institutions like Harvard and pool our resources together to craft a solution that is useful, affordable, easier to maintain, and can be sustained for 10 years?
One emerging technology Danielle cites is the use of environmental DNA, or eDNA, through which DNA captured from the soil, air, or water can help identify species inhabiting a particular area.
The eDNA is very exciting because for species that are very hard to find in the wild, this would be a reasonable way of figuring out if they still exist in places that they've not been reported recently, but maybe there's just too few. For instance, river turtles that we just can't find any visually, but maybe they might exist in that area and we can detect them using eDNA. So for those kinds of cryptic species, eDNA is very exciting.
Both Danielle and Jonathan are optimistic about where conservation technology is going with the engagement and cooperation of the many stakeholders who benefit from the advancements it's bringing.
How that started to transform conservation is we've come together and we figured out that we can craft solutions, whether it's around law enforcement, whether it's about measuring the value communities get from conservation, or whether it's about monitoring wildlife. We can craft solutions that make use of these technologies that are accessible, affordable to people working in conservation, and can be delivered at scale.
For WCS Wild Audio, this is Nat Moss.